Hey friends, and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Also welcome to the third day of our yoga challenge. Thank you for being here. So who is ready to do the twist? So today's Detox Yoga Flow involves twisting, yoga postures, as well as some inversions. So this class is designed to help us let go of what does not serve and to get things flowing and moving in a way that serves us well. So this practice will give both the mind and the body a really good rinse. So without further ado, let's get started. We begin today's practice on our backs. So come on down to the ground. And when you do arrive there, send your legs out long on your mat. Feet grow heavy and relax. Snuggle your shoulder blades underneath your back body to lift on up through the heart space. Tuck in your chin slightly, and then place your hands on your belly. Whenever you are ready, I invite you to close your eyes. Let's breathe in through the nose, and then breathe out through your nose. This time when you breathe in, watch your breath as it enters your body, traveling through your nostrils, down the back of your throat, into your chest, and then into your belly. And then notice what happens as you breathe out, the breath traveling in the opposite direction. This time when you breathe in, I invite you to play around with sending the breath down to your hands. And then breathe out. Breathe in. Perhaps you notice your hands rise in response to this action. And then breathe out. Notice what happens to your hands on the breath out. Breathe in, directing the breath down to your belly. And then breathe out. Soften and let it go. So I invite you to continue to play around with sending the breath to your belly. And I also believe that it is very important to acknowledge that the breath may be more in the chest. It is all good. I'm hoping, that by the end of our practice, we're able to send the breath a little bit more, a little bit further down to the belly. And if that does not happen at all, it is all good. Embrace where you are today. So as I mentioned in the intro to this video, we will be doing some twisting yoga postures. And yoga twists are actually said to massage the internal organs and to also apply gentle compression to the belly, which can get things moving, flowing downward and outward, if you know what I mean. So it's really great for digestive health. I also mentioned that we will be doing some inversions, and inversions are really great for improving circulation throughout the entire body. Also, detox yoga flows are really great for letting go of anything that just does not serve us well in the present moment. I like the visual of a super wet towel, a towel that's filled with water, and we're wringing out that towel. We're letting go of that weight. We're shedding anything that is just not useful or serving us well. So the mind and the body will definitely get a good wash, a good rinse today. So perhaps you keep all of this in mind as we flow today. So I invite you to breathe on in through your nose. And then breathe out through your nose. Wonderful. Open up your eyes and now hug your right knee in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers and then wrap your hands around your shin. Point your toes towards the sky, so flexing through your feet. Breathe in here. And then on your breath out, lift your head and shoulders away from the earth. Relax your shoulders down, soften through your face. Nose towards your knee. Breathe in here. And then breathe out to release head and shoulders back to the earth. And now guide your right knee over towards the left side, hooking the top of your right foot on your left leg, and then send your right arm out long. You can bend at that elbow as well. Place your left hand on your right thigh to just kind of help you guide it a little bit deeper into the twist. Breathe here. Perhaps playing around with sending the breath to the belly even here. Breathe in. Breathe out to connect to your center, coming back through center, lying on your back. Send your right leg out long and then hug your left knee in. Hold your left knee in. Breathe in as you flex through your feet. And then breathe out, lifting your head and shoulders away from the earth. Tucking your chin slightly. Create some beautiful length in the back of your neck. Breathe in. And then breathe out to release head and shoulders back to the earth. And then guide your left knee over towards the right side. Send your left arm out long, and your right hand can be placed on your left thigh. We are doing our best to glue or pin the left shoulder blade to the earth, but it is all good if it is lifted away from the earth. Embrace where you are today. Breathe in here, and then breathe out to connect to your center as we make our way back to center, and then hug both knees in towards your chest. Feel that gentle compression on the lower belly, and perhaps you rock a little from side to side to massage the low back. All right, find stillness. Place your hands on your knees and then guide your knees so that way they're stacked over top of your hip points, and then lift your shins so that way they're parallel to the sky, and then point through your toes to get a nice little stretch in the tops of the feet. Next thing, we're going to rock the pelvis forward or scoop the tailbone up so that way the low back is flush to the mat, so we can really feel that connection. This not only protects the low back, but it also lights a little bit of a fire in the core. So perhaps you can feel that already. All right, place your arms and your hands at your sides. And now we are going to imagine that we are dipping our toes into some water. Okay, so begin to lower your right toes towards the earth. Dip your toes, and then come back to start. Lower your left toes, and then back to start. Right, back to start, and then left, back to start. So once you get the hang of this, I invite you to connect breath to action, perhaps breathing in as you come back to start, and then breathing out to dip a toe. Be mindful of your low back as it may be tempted to lift away from your mat. One more on each side just to balance it out. Beautiful, come back to start. Now let's play around with dipping both feet, both toes into the water. Okay, let's do this. Lifting and lowering, again connecting breath to action as you do this. Being mindful of that low back. And then one more. Beautiful. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Just give yourself a beautiful, loving hug. And now place your hands on your hamstrings and let's rock and roll the length of our spine, making our way to a seated position. Beautiful. All right. Send your legs out long once you are there. Feet are roughly hip distance apart. Hug your right knee in and then guide your right foot over towards the left side, so over top of your left leg. Breathe in to grow nice and tall through your spine. And then breathe out to twist to the right, releasing your right fingertips to the earth. And then your outer left elbow to your outer right thigh. Breathe in to loop your shoulders, grow nice and tall. And then breathe out to journey into your twist. Perhaps you notice your belly rise and fall as you breathe in and out. Perhaps you can feel that on your thigh. Breathe in here. And then breathe out to unravel, coming back to center, hugging left knee in, and then guiding your left foot over towards the right side. Breathe in to find length throughout your spine. And then breathe out to twist. Loop your shoulders, create some space. Breathe in to sit up nice and tall. And then breathe out, using the breath to help you journey a bit deeper into the twist. Breathe in here. And then breathe on out to unravel, sending both legs out long. And then coming to a cross-legged seat. All right, once you are there, you can fix your shirt, fix the hair, do whatever you need to do, and place your fingertips on your shoulders. Let's breathe in to twist to the right, and then breathe out to twist to the left. Right, left. So I invite you to keep this action going, syncing breath to action as you do this. And move at a pace that feels good for you. So you don't have to go as fast as I'm going. You can keep it nice and chill. And keep that bum glued to the earth as best as possible. So while I'm here doing this movement, I like to imagine that towel that I am wringing out, letting go of that water, perhaps that weight, shedding anything that just does not serve me well in the present moment. So maybe that visual. Maybe you keep that visual in mind as we do this. So wherever you are, we are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then on the 1, begin to slow it down, nice and slow. Coming back to center, releasing your hands to your knees. Breathe in to sit up nice and tall. And then open mouth, exhale, let it go. Wonderful. Let's make our way to all fours. When you arrive there, stack your wrists so that way they're underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hip points, pressing into the tops of your feet, fingertips pressing into the earth. So we are setting ourselves up for greatness by paying attention to our foundation. All right, on your next breath in, reach your tailbone towards the sky, drop your belly, reach your chest forward, chin lifts towards the sky. And then breathe out to begin to round through your spine, chin towards your chest. Breathe in to find your cow pose, look forward. And then breathe out to make your way to cat. This time as you breathe in, notice your belly, the skin of your belly stretch. And then notice what happens to your belly as you breathe on out and make your way to cat. And then breathe on in to find a neutral spine. Step both feet towards the back edge of your mat. We meet together in a plank pose. Press away from your mat. Heels reach towards the back edge of your mat. Now rock a little forward and back a few times. If you heard that, that was just my ankles cracking. It was actually very loud. So we're rocking a little forward and back. All right. Until we rock forward onto the tiptoes. We hold here, breathe in, and then breathe out to begin to bend at your elbows, sinking towards the earth. We lower on down. Untuck your toes, tops of your feet on the mat, and you can release your forehead to your mat. I'm just going to keep mine lifted since I'm talking. And then place your hands, your arms at your sides, so that way they're along your torso. So for this next posture, it's going to be very important that we keep the pubic bone connected to the earth. So rock your pelvis forward so that way you can really feel that connection to the earth. Breathe in here. And then breathe out to lift your head and your chest away from the earth. Lift your arms, hovering here. And then lift your feet and your legs. Point through your toes. Send energy past your fingertips to really feel some beautiful work in the triceps. Look down at your mat. So it's a really great posture for strengthening the back body, the core. Breathe in here. And then breathe out to lower and release. Just relax for a breath cycle. And then whenever you are ready, plant your palms on the mat right by your rib cage. Curl your toes under, lift your knees away from the earth. Breathe on in here. And then breathe out to press on up into a plank pose. Breathe in. And then breathe out to send your hips to the sky. Find your downward facing dog. Great work, everyone. Walk your hands to the long edges of your mat and then just pedal out your feet, stretching it on out. All right, find stillness. Find a beautiful bend in your knees as well. All right. For our next posture, it's so important to be mindful of our hand to earth connection. So really feel your hands gripping your mat. Really feel that connection as you lift and hover your right hand away from the mat. And then bring your right hand to your left calf or shin. So we're twisting our body so that way we are looking underneath the left arm. So a little twisting action in the downward facing dog. Keep your breath flowing. Breathe in. And then breathe out to make your way back to a downward facing dog. So your right hand returns. Lift and hover your left hand away from the ground. And then twist your body to the right, placing your left hand on your right shin or calf. And then turn to look underneath your right arm. Breathe on in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And then when you breathe out, place your left hand back on the mat. Let's all take a beautiful breath in through the nose. And then an open mouth exhale to let it all go. Beautiful. You can step, you can hop, you can do whatever you want to the top edge of your mat where we meet together in a forward fold. Really bend your knees here just to allow your belly to rest on your thighs, fingertips to or towards the earth. Another option is to straighten through your legs, sort of. We're going to still have a little bit of a bend in the knees. And then massage your belly with your hands. So whenever I do this, I like to imagine, my cat, Angel, kneading my stomach just before she's about to fall asleep. It's her way of getting all comfy and cozy. And in case you did miss it, she did walk through while I was filming today, but now she's in the kitchen. She's waiting for her food, which will probably rotate in about an hour because we have one of those rotating food dishes. She loves it. She gets fed so many times a day. All right. Release your fingers to the earth. Really bend your knees. Allow your head to hang loose. On your next breath in, begin to slowly roll up through your spine until you are standing tall on your mat. Rock your pelvis forward, roll the shoulders back, tuck in your chin slightly, palms face forward, fingertips soften and curl in. Breathe in, breathe out. Take a moment to notice how you feel in mountain pose. All right. If your eyes were closed, you can open them now. for our next posture, we will be working on balance. So if balance is a little bit tricky, it is all good. You can find a wall, a chair, or a friend, or a person that you're practicing with for support, as long as they are stable. All right, we are going to use our left leg as our standing leg. So find a small bend in that knee, and then lift your right foot away from the ground. Your knee is roughly in line with your hip. There's a 90-degree angle at the back of the leg. All right, breathe in here. And then breathe out to twist to the right, placing your left hand on your right thigh and your right hand behind. It reaches back. Breathe in. And then breathe out to unravel, coming back to center. Lower your right foot to the earth. And now let's check it out on the other side. Lift your left foot away from the ground. Knee is about in line with the hip. Breathe in here. And then breathe out to twist your body, your upper body to the left, placing your right hand on your thigh, and your left hand reaches back. Keep your breath flowing. Breathe in, and then breathe out to come back to center and release. Awesome work. All right, step your right foot towards the back edge of your mat. Toes are resting on the mat, heel is lifted, and then begin to sink into that front leg. So we're stacking our knee over top of the ankle or slightly behind. Place your hands on your hips to direct your hips to face forward. Breathe in to send your hands to the sky, high lunge. Breathe out to bring your hands together and then to your heart. Breathe in here as you loop your shoulders and look forward. And then breathe out to twist your upper body to the left, connecting your right elbow with your outer left thigh. Reach that back heel towards the back edge of your mat. Breathe in here. And then breathe out to make your way back to center, hands to heart, looking forward. Breathe in to send your hands to the sky. And then breathe out to float your hands to your hips. Straighten through that front leg and then pivot on your back foot so your whole foot is on the mat. And then turn your left toes in. Send your arms from left to right and then step your feet so that way they are roughly underneath your wrist points. And this time, instead of turning our toes out, let's turn the toes in. So that way the heels point out slightly. Find a small bend in your knee as well. Find length through the back body, standing nice and tall. Hands on your waist. Breathe in. And then breathe out to begin to hinge forward at your hips, sending the bum back in space. We are stopping at the halfway point. And then release your hands to the earth. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. Just checking it out here. So for this posture, it's super important to be mindful of our foot to earth connection. So pressing into the whole foot, including that outer edge, as well as the heel, as it may be tempting to dump a lot of weight into the tops of the feet. All right, feel free to stay here, or you can walk your hand towards the middle, your right hand towards the middle, and then breathe in to send your left hand to the sky. Look up. So we're exploring a little spinal twist here. And then breathe out to lower your left hand to the ground. Your left hand now is on the ground, and then we send our right hand to the sky. And then breathe out to lower, right hand to the earth. Repeat once again. Breathe in, left hand to the sky. Breathe out to lower, one more round. Breathe in, right hand to the sky now. And then breathe out to lower. Walk your hands so that way they are underneath your shoulders once again. Connect to your center, connect to your core. So really hug your belly button in towards your spine. Place your hands on your hips and then rock your pelvis forward until you are standing tall on your mat once again. All right, great work. Turn your right toes so now they are facing forward, and then pivot on that back foot so that way your back toes are now facing forward as well, but your heel is lifted away from the mat. Sink into that front leg. Your knee is stacked over top or slightly behind your ankle. Direct your hips to face forward. I sometimes like to use my thumb and I place it on the hip crease and then I peel that hip crease back. All right. Breathe in to send your hands to the sky, high lunge. And then breathe out to bring your hands together and then to your heart space. Breathe in to loop your shoulders, look forward. And then breathe out to begin to fold forward and then twist your upper body to the right, connecting your outer left elbow with your outer right thigh. And breathe here. Breathe in, and then breathe out to make your way back to center, hands to heart, look forward. And then on your next breath in, we send the hands to the sky. And then breathe out, hands come to the hips. Find a little bouncing action in that back knee as you step that foot up to join the right. All right, on your next breath in, send the hands to the sky and then breathe out to fold. Breathe in to find a halfway lift. And then breathe out to fold. Breathe in, sending the hands to the sky, look on up. Breathe out, bring your hands together, slice it down through the middle, forward fold. Breathe in to find a halfway lift. This time, find airplane arms. So reaching your hands back in space, palms facing towards the ground. Really feel the work in the triceps. Hug the belly button in towards your spine and look down at the ground. And then breathe out to fold. Plant your palms on your mat and then step it on back to a plank pose. We are here for 5. Press away from your mat. 4, 3, 2, and then lower your knees down on the 1. Swing your legs off to one side and let's come to a seat on the mat. Whenever you arrive there, place your feet on your mat. Knees point towards the sky. Find length through your back body. And then place your hands on your hamstrings. Breathe in here. And then breathe out to lean back. Heels resting on your mat, but the rest of your feet, they're lifted away. All right. On your next breath in, send your hands to the sky. Imagine that you have a medicine ball that you are holding up overhead. Breathe in. And then breathe out to twist to your right and then lower that medicine ball closer towards the earth. Breathe in to come back to center and then breathe out to twist, lowering that medicine ball to the earth. Breathe into center and then breathe out to twist. Breathe in center and then breathe out to twist. Breathe in to come back to center, and now you keep this action going. Go at a pace that feels good for you. One more on each side. And then we all meet at center. Breathe in here. And then breathe out to release the whole foot to the earth. Wrap your arms around your shins. And then bow your head. Chin towards your chest. Feel free to sway a little from side to side, just taking a moment to reconnect with your breath. Perhaps the body is feeling quite warm right now. We definitely built a little bit of heat in this detox flow, giving us a good rinse, a good reset. All right, find stillness and then lift your head. And then send your legs out long on your mat. Feet are about hip distance apart. Find length through your spine once again. Place your hands, your fingertips or palms on the ground. Loop your shoulders. Breathe in here. And breathe out. On your next breath in, send your hands to the sky. And then when you breathe out, really bend those knees and fold forward, releasing your belly to or towards your thighs. And then your hands can rest on the soles of your feet, ankles, the mat. Choose whatever feels best for you. All right, breathe in to look forward, and then breathe out to round through, chin towards your chest. As you breathe here, perhaps you notice your belly rise and fall, connecting with your thighs. Perhaps you even notice that your breath is deepening or has deepened throughout the practice. Or maybe not. It is all good. Remember, each of our experiences will be unique. Each of our journeys will be unique. So meet yourself wherever you are today. Breathe in. And then when you breathe out, let that be your cue to slowly roll up through your spine. Wonderful work. All right. Find a comfortable seat of your choosing. And whenever you are there, place your fingertips on the mat. Loop your shoulders, drawing the shoulders back in space. You can tick-tock your head from side to side, getting some movement in the neck. All right. On your next breath then, send your hands to the sky. Take up space. Breathe out to bring your hands together. Slice it down through the middle, hands to heart, and bow your head. You can close your eyes or look down and past your nose. Breathe in through your nose, and then breathe out through your nose. Perhaps even here you play around with sending the breath to your belly. You may even want to place your hand on your belly to encourage that action. I invite you to just take a moment to reflect upon our practice. Which postures did you enjoy? Which ones did you find challenging? And perhaps which ones served you best? Which ones helped you let it all go? So I invite you to return to this practice whenever you feel it would best serve you. So if you're looking to improve your digestive health or improve circulation, to get things flowing, to let something go, this class is a really great one for that. So favorite this video. All right, let's breathe on in through the nose. And this time, just let it go through the mouth. Thank you so very much for being here. So that was day number 3, and I cannot wait to see you for day number 4 tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. All right, until then, take good care and namaste.